Episode 14. Put the book down, Twilight. Twilight's castle. Twilight invites Flash Sentry into her castle. I'm really happy to see you again, Flash. I'm completely shocked that you're here in Ponyville. What brings you to my castle this morning? Princess Celestia noticed you don't have a team of guards protecting you. She promoted me to be head of security for your castle. It's actually kind of awesome if you think about it. Now we'll see each other every day. Flash, please don't take this the wrong way, but I never requested nor do I want a security team present at my castle. My duty as the Princess of Friendship is to open up my castle to every pony in Equestria who needs help solving friendship problems. I can't do my duty if every pony is denied access to me because of a security team. Your Highness, I don't believe Princess Celestia is giving you an option as to whether or not you accept having a security team or not. You're the only royal who doesn't have a security team. I thought you'd be excited having me around, Twilight. I am excited to have you here. It's just I don't want a mob of guards following my every move. Believe it or not, I'm capable of protecting myself. I know full well you can. I didn't take this transfer and promotion because I wanted more money and a better job. I took this position so I could be around you, Twilight. Starlight gives Twilight the ooh girl look. I'm going to leave the two of you alone. I need to talk to Shadow and apologize to him anyway. Starlight heads upstairs. Flash, the only reason Princess Celestia offered this position to you is so you could spy and keep tabs on me. Why would she want to do that? She didn't mention anything to me about spying or keeping tabs on you when she offered this position to me. Twilight, if you don't want me around, just say so and I'll fly right back to Canterlot and resume my post there. I really hope you want me to stay. I miss you. I'm sorry. I'm really stressed and sleep deprived at the moment. I do want you to stay, Flash. I'm glad you're here. But I'm serious. If you stay, you're the only pony on my security team. And when I tell you not to follow me, you'll stay behind and give me my space. Deal. Good. Now come on and sit at the dining room table, and I'll make you some pancakes. Starlight knocks on Shadow's bedroom door. Shadow opens the door. Came here to yell at me again? Starlight enters. Shadow closes the door. No, I wanted to express how sorry I am. I had no right being angry at you last night. Shadow, I am so sorry for leaving you behind on Mobius. I should have had more faith that you would have rescued me from Eggman. I don't blame you for attempting to move on with your life with Rouge. If you'd rather be with her... Stop! Starlight, I love you more than any amount of love that I thought possible for me to give. When we arrived here in Equestria, I'll admit I had every intention on finding Rouge, but fate intervened when you got off that train and came back into my life, after I thought you had been dead for the last 5 years. In that moment, every ounce of love I had for you came rushing back. The dreams I dreamt of you became reality. Starlight, you are undoubtedly the greatest love I've ever known. That's why I had to break Rouge's heart. I didn't feel the same kind of love with her as I did you. Starlight, I never knew what true love was until the day you healed me from the brink of death on Mobius. The truth is, you saved my life in more ways than one on that fateful day. I don't want you to stay with me because you feel obligated to do so. I saved your life because my conscience would not allow me to just walk away. I never expected anything in return from you, but words can't describe how grateful I am that you decided to repay me with your love. Like you, I was evil. I never allowed myself to feel love or empathy until I saw you lying on death's doorstep, buried beneath that mountain of rocks. I stood there looking at you, and for some strange reason, I felt empathy for someone other than myself for the first time since I was a filly. Luckily for us, you chose to show compassion in that moment. I knew what you had done. I could have let you go right then and there, and part of me almost did. I can't tell you how happy it makes me knowing I didn't let you go. Your love changed me, Starlight. I never chose love because I was never shown love before until you came into my life. You unselfishly saved my life, not even knowing who I was or what I was capable of doing, and in that moment it was the greatest act of compassion anyone ever shown me in my life. I love you, Starlight. Oh, Shadow, I love you too. Shadow and Starlight embrace and kiss. Passenger train to Manhattan. Rarity and Silver talking. Silva, I think you're really going to enjoy Manhattan, darling. I'm happy you agreed to come along with me, even though this is mainly a business trip. We'll find a way to sneak in some fun, I'm sure. Besides, I'd rather come along and watch you work than be in Ponyville without you. In all seriousness, I'm actually interested in seeing you in your element. I promise you, Silva, this trip won't be all work. Manhattan is one of the most romantic cities in the world. I wouldn't dream of not spending time with you on the town. I took the luxury of packing a grand galloping gala suit in with my luggage. Manhattan is also known for its theater district. When we arrive, I intend to see what shows are performing. Maybe we'll catch a play or an opera. I'm on board for anything as long as we're together. It doesn't matter to me what we do. What's this big project that you're working on? I'll be assisting Miss Palmel on a wedding she's been working on. I want to inspect her work on the bridesmaid dresses before I start working on the bride's wedding gown. I just adore working on wedding gowns, Silva. I can't wait for the day to be able to design my own wedding gown. Rarity, one day you're going to make a beautiful bride. I can't believe some stallion hasn't made you his bride already. I'm a very lucky hedgehog. Well, I guess that makes us both lucky, Silva. The reason I'm not married is because the right guy never came along. And now? From the moment we met, Silva, I knew you were the one I've been waiting for all these years. I'm still in shock that it's with a handsome hedgehog from another planet. I can't help but feel like I don't deserve this, especially after how I betrayed Spike. I had to do it. I had to kiss you. I had to know if what I was feeling in that moment was real. Me too. That's the reason why I went back to your boutique after being sized for that tuxedo for the gala. We both felt it. Rarity, we truly do deserve one another, even though Spike wound up getting hurt. Don't feel guilty over what happened. Be thankful for what we have now. You and Spike have gotten over each other fairly quickly, wouldn't you say? Now that you mentioned it, we did, didn't we? When I came to this planet, my body had to adapt to a few things. One of my abilities that went away was telepathy. The gravitational pull of this planet is slightly different than that of Mobius, thus throwing off my telepathic ability. Once I adapted to this planet, my telepathic powers came back. The night we kissed, I was able to read your mind, so I knew exactly what you were feeling. It's also how I knew that Amy was using me to make Sonic jealous at Rouge's party over the weekend. Oh, you're such a cheetah, Silva. I can't hide anything from you now. What if I had a surprise I wanted to give you? Oh, not to worry. I'll only use it when I feel like I'm being lied to. You'll be happy to know I haven't used it on you since the night we kissed. Silva, I want to ask you if you'd like to officially move in with me. I only ask because I know Twilight is planning on kicking everyone out of her castle at the end of the month. I thought I already was, considering I haven't left your boutique in 4 days until now. But to make it official, yes, Rarity, I'm happy to move in with you. Rarity smiles at Silver and gives him a soft, gentle kiss. Rarity lays her head on Silver's shoulder. Silver gently runs his fingers through Rarity's mane and kisses her on the forehead. You make me very happy, Silva. Wonderbolt's Academy and Op Space. Rainbow Dash preparing her classroom for her students to arrive. Rouge knocks on Rainbow Dash's open door. Oh, hey, Rouge. Congrats on finding a Chaos Emerald yesterday. Thanks, Dash. I know you have your class coming in half an hour, so I'll be quick. Okay, so what's up? I saw Sonic briefly last night while I was at Twilight's castle. He was having dinner with Shadow, Starlight, Spike, and Cream. He wanted me to tell you he loves you, and he wanted me to give you a kiss from him. Don't you dare, Rouge. I wouldn't dream of it, Dash. Hey, I know morality isn't always my strong suit, but I'm trying to keep it professional while we're here at the base. So how did the first day of teaching go for you? Interesting to say the least. I have this one student who's very arrogant. The conflicting thing about it is he's really phenomenal at everything. He impressed me the most during drills yesterday, but I can't allow his arrogance to persist. Not when everything a Wonderbolt does is team-based. Dash, everyone knows you're the best Wonderbolt who's ever been a Wonderbolt. I mean, my goodness, your name is all over the records board in the mess hall. What you need to do is make him respect you. Humble him if you get the chance. I'm honestly hoping that this exam at the end of the week will do just that. Rouge, did Sonic happen to mention how the meeting in Canterlot went yesterday? No, he wasn't allowed to talk about it. Sparkles told me they were sworn to secrecy by Princess Celestia. Twilight said she was so angry that she stormed off and went to the Crystal Empire.
Wow, Twilight getting angry is never a good thing. It's definitely not like Twilight to disagree or get angry with Princess Celestia.
It kind of makes you wonder what she's covering up. Anyway, Dash, I need to go to a briefing meeting this morning. Our team is getting another Chaos Emerald assignment. Good luck with that arrogant student of yours.
Yeah, thanks, and good luck with the rest of the Chaos Emerald search. Thank you for delivering the message from Sonic.
If there's a next time, I'll be sure to charge Sonic a delivery charge. Later, Dash.
See ya!
Ruse exits the classroom. Rainbow Dash smiles and goes over to one of her pictures with Sonic. She picks up the picture frame and holds it to her heart. Rainbow Dash puts the picture frame down, elated to know that Sonic is thinking of her. She was also thinking of the upcoming weekend with not only Sonic but with her father as well. Dash's father, Rainbow Blaze, had not been on the property in the wilderness of Hoofsdale Valley in over 15 years. Dash's excitement was immeasurable. She began pondering what her father was going to think of Sonic and what they would do together over the upcoming weekend. Meanwhile, at Fluttershy's cottage, Fluttershy was out in the backyard feeding her animals. Amy had left earlier in the morning to try to find a job to occupy some of her newfound independence. Amy wants to move out on her own, although she appreciates everything Fluttershy has done for her. It's late morning and Tails has gotten bored sitting around the cottage. Tails spots Fluttershy outside. Fluttershy laying in the grass feeding her bunnies. Tails sits next to her. Good morning, Fluttershy.
Oh, hi, Tails. How are you this morning?
Honestly, I'm kind of bored. I'm still trying to adapt to a peaceful life here on your planet. That and I love fixing and building things. Here, there's nothing really for me to fix.
I appreciate all the help you give me around the cottage. I can't relate to what all of you must be going through being on a new planet.
It's nice. It's a nice change of pace, though. No violence or worrying about defending our homes against Dr. Eggman. The great thing about this place is seeing all my friends living a happy life. You ponies have been really sweet to us, opening up your homes and helping us adapt to our new lives here. You have been especially kind to both myself and Amy. I just want to say thank you for everything you've done, Fluttershy.
Oh, it's nothing at all, Tails. I'm really enjoying the company, and after everything you went through with your planet being destroyed, it's the least I could do.
Now that we mention Amy, where did she run off to?
She said something about trying to look for a job today. Now that Sonic has moved on with Rainbow Dash, Amy is trying to figure out what she wants to do with the rest of her life as an independent girl. We had an interesting conversation while you were away over the weekend.
Yeah, I feel bad for Amy having her heart broken by Sonic. She made a lot of mistakes with him, but deep down I know she loved him with all her heart. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough for Sonic. Sonic is my best friend. Aw, heck, he's practically a brother to me. I'm so excited for him in Rainbow Dash. I've never seen any girl have this kind of effect on him.
Yeah, Dash is my best friend, and I couldn't be happier for her. She had it rough right before meeting Sonic. Soren broke her heart, forcing Rainbow Dash to file for divorce. In fact, the day Sonic met Rainbow Dash was the day she got officially divorced from Soren.
Yeah, Sonic told me about what happened to her marriage. I don't understand how anyone could throw Rainbow Dash away like Soren did, even if he did it for so-called the best intentions. What did you and Amy talk about?
She was feeling down like you were. I basically told her what I told you. She mentioned a place called Earth and said that she misses her friend Ella.
Yeah, we all miss our friends from Earth. I especially miss Chuck Thorndyke. He's an inventor and a physicist. We built all kinds of crazy things together. He's the guy who turned the X tornado. Sorry, guys. He's the guy who turned the X tornado into the. He's the guy who turned the tornado into the X tornado. Well, I helped out quite a bit too. I can understand why Amy misses Earth. That's where her and Sonic really fell in love.
That's exactly what Amy said. What about you and Cosmo? Is that where you met her?
No, actually, I met her a couple of years later while we were searching for the Chaos Emeralds. After we returned to Mobius following our departure from Earth, we realized the Chaos Emeralds hadn't come back with us. Instead, they were scattered all over the universe, so we decided to travel through space to find them. During our travels is how I met Cosmo.
Wow, Tails, you lived a pretty exciting life. No wonder this change of pace seems boring to you.
Well, we're all a little older now, so I guess peace and tranquility is what all of us really need. Like I said, I'm adapting to it, but I really enjoy living here in Ponyville, and I'm especially thankful to have you as a friend, Fluttershy. I think you're wonderful and so very sweet. Tails looks down at the ground, blushing, and begins to shuffle his foot, as he always does when he's nervous. Fluttershy gives Tails a hug.
You're wonderful and sweet too, Tails. I'm about to go to lunch with Discord. He leaves in a week to go on the second part of his debut tour with Trixie. I'm sure Discord won't mind if you were to tag along. So even if you're not hungry, would you like to go to lunch with me and Discord?
I'd love to. Thanks for inviting me.
I'm going to head inside and freshen up a bit. I've been busy out in the yard all morning.
Fluttershy and Tails head toward the cottage. Sugar Cube Corner. Amy enters the bakery. Pinkie Pie is exuberant.
My pinky sister from a different mister.
Pinkie Pie bolts from behind the counter and hugs Amy.
Nice to see you too, Pinkie. We really didn't get a chance to chill at Rouge's party. You left so early. I was so frustrated seeing Sonic with Rainbow Dash and then hearing how Silver kissed Rarity, I just couldn't take it. I know, I wish I could have had a chance to cheer you up. So what brings you to my humble bakery?
Following the events the past week, I've decided to be more independent and live for myself for a change. I need a job, Pinkie Pie, and since I love baking, I figured I'd start my search here. Do you think the cakes would hire me?
There's only one way to find out. I'll be right back, okay?
Pinkie Pie bounces to the kitchen area where Mrs. Cake is baking bread. Oh, hey, Pinkie. Could you grab the bread that's in the oven, please?
Sure.
Pinkie puts on the oven mitts.
I actually wanted to ask you if we're hiring an extra baker.
I'd consider it. Why do you ask?
Well, my friend Amy is here, and she's a baker looking for a job.
We could definitely use an extra baker. Life is getting a bit crazy for us having twin toddlers running amok of the place. Trying to balance our business with children is starting to take its toll.
I can only imagine. And on top of that, business is really starting to pick up around here. I honestly could use a helping hoof when you're not around.
All right, Pinkie, I'll tell you what. Send her back to the kitchen and I'll have her bake a couple of different items. And if she does well, I will hire her. I agree. We do need some extra help back here. I feel terrible. A lot of the early morning baking has fallen onto your hooves as I help Mr. Cake tend to our children.
Oh, no worries, Mrs. Cake. Your children should always take top precedent. I'll go get Amy and bring her back for her test run.
Pinkie Pie puts the bread pans on the cooling rack. Pinkie Pie bounces back out to the bakery to Amy.
So, what did she say? She said she'll give you a test run. If you knock it out of the park, Mrs. Cake said she'll hire you. Oh, this is so exciting. If I had my party cannon, I'd so blast this bakery into Confettiville. Oh, Pinkie, thank you so much. When does she want me to do this test run? Right now, as a matter of fact. So follow me to the kitchen.
Pinkie Pie and Amy head into the kitchen together. Rarity for You Boutique. Rarity and Silver enter.
Hello.
Rarity, so thankful the boss is here to lend me a hoof. Rarity hugs Miss Pommel.
Oh, darling, it's so nice to see you. I know I haven't been here for a couple of months. It's actually a compliment to you and the amazing job you've done managing this boutique for me. Coco Pommel, I would like you to meet my boyfriend, Silver the Hedgehog.
Miss Pommel shakes Silver's hand. It's a pleasure to meet you. She talked you into coming, or did you come, or did she talk you into coming, or did you submit willingly? I came on my own account. Rarity said this was a romantic city, so I figured I'd tag along. Speaking of which, what shows are playing in the theater district, Miss Pommel? The two big ones are Gone with the Wind and Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, Silva, we must see Gone with the Wind before we leave Manhattan. I absolutely love that movie. I'm sure the play will be just as wonderful.
I definitely recommend it. My friends and I saw it a week ago. The acting was marvelous. Then we should make it a point to go and see it. What? Then we should make it a point to go see it. Like I said, Rarity, I only came on this trip to spend time with you.
Oh, Silva, you're so sweet. Let's go see these bridesmaid dresses, shall we?
Definitely.
Oh my heavens, these are absolutely impeccable. They turned out even better than I anticipated. Well done, Coco.
I'm still not quite finished yet. I still have 2 more bridesmaid dresses to go. I went out and purchased the materials you requested for the bride's wedding gown. I really think it's going to be the dress that puts you over the top and solidifies you as the top nominee for Clothing Designer of the Year award.
Well, I wouldn't even be a nominee if it weren't for all the wonderful work my employees do for me. This wedding is one of the biggest projects we've ever had. Pop star Sapphire Shores is our only celebrity client, and making her daughter's wedding gown is an absolute honor and privilege. This wedding is either going to make or break all of our careers.
I don't know about all of that, darling. I mean, your normal everyday designs are very sleek and stylish. Not to mention you and Applejack are about to launch the Apple Paradise perfume line. I've seen enough of your work, Rarity, to know that the wedding gown you're going to design for this wedding is going to be exquisite. Rarity kisses Silver.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Silva. Maybe you're right. My everyday work is sleek and stylish. I shouldn't put so much pressure on one wedding gown, even if it is for the daughter of Sapphire Shores. Sapphire Shores is a loyal client, Rarity, because she loves your work. Even before you made it big in fashion, you had Sapphire Shores as a client. You've designed everything from stage costumes to evening gowns and even pajamas for her over the years. She's more than just a client, Rarity. She's kind of your biggest fan. She'll love the dress you designed for her daughter. Meanwhile, back in Ponyville, Amy's baking tryout was a success. Mrs. Cake was so impressed with Amy, she hired her on the spot. Pinkie Pie and Amy celebrated with chocolate shakes. Amy will begin working at Sugar Cube Corner next week. Fluttershy and Tails have arrived at Ponyville Pizza, where they have met up with Discord for lunch. Discord is leaving in 6 days to resume his comedy and magic tour with Trixie. This particular trip will keep Discord away from Ponyville for almost 2 months, so Discord wants to spend as much time as he can with Fluttershy. Ponyville Pizza. Fluttershy and Tails find Discord and sit at the table. Hi, Discord. I hope you don't mind me bringing Tails along. I didn't want to leave him alone.
Not in the least. I know you love cheese sticks, so I ordered those and a large cheese pizza.
Thank you. So how have you been?
I've been doing great. Sorry I haven't visited you in a while. Sorry I haven't visited you as much as I would have liked to during this break. I just figured you had your hoods full with having Amy and Tails as house guests.
Oh, don't be silly. You're always welcome in my home, no matter what, Discord.
Waiter walks over. What can I get you to drink?
I'll have a sweet tea, please.
I'll just have water. Okay, I'll be right back. Waiter leaves. So, Tails, how are things going for you living at Fluttershy's? I love it. Fluttershy has been wonderful.
Aw, thank you, Tails.
No, really, you've been so sweet and kind to not only me, but Amy as well. Sonic was right about Ponyville. It really is beautiful and tranquil here. Oh, you should have seen Ponyville a couple of years ago when I was evil. I used my magic to turn Ponyville into the chaos capital of the world. The chaos capital of the world?
Oh, Discord, please. I don't want to relive this. It breaks my heart because we had to use the elements of harmony and turn you back to stone.
But alas, so much has changed since then, my dear. Waiter returns with the drinks.
Thank you.
So what exactly happened? You two are such great friends, I can't ever picture the two of you fighting. Basically, I was released from my stony prison because of the disharmony between the Cutiemar Crusaders. Once I was free, I decided to go to Canterlot Castle and exact my revenge upon Princess Celestia and Princess Luna for using the elements of harmony to turn me into that horrible statue. I used my magic to turn Fluttershy and all her friends against each other, thus rendering the elements of harmony useless. Oh, I had so much fun tearing Ponyville apart, knowing you girls couldn't stop me.
That was not fun, Discord. You had the entire town floating upside down. It was raining chocolate milk from cotton candy clouds, and your evil spell turned me into a bully. Let's be honest, Tails. I'm so glad you didn't see me like that.
Well, fortunately for Ponyville, Princess Twilight Sparkle figured out how to break my little spell I had on the Harnessals of Harmony. Once my spell was broken, Fluttershy and her friends used the elements of harmony against me, and for the second time in my life, I was turned back into a statue. My Discord voice is a little off, guys, sorry. Well, clearly you're not a statue anymore, so how did you manage to get out? Princess Celestia brought me back to Ponyville and pleaded with Princess Twilight Sparkle to give me a chance to be reformed. Princess Celestia wanted to use my magic for doing good. So Twilight and the rest of the Harnessers of Harmony used the elements of harmony to free me from my stony bondage. But not without the condition that if I did evil, they would turn me right back to stone. Of course I didn't listen. I immediately went right back to causing chaos, and as promised, Twilight, Applejack, Rainbow Dash, Rarity, and Pinkie Pie were going to turn me back to stone. However, one pony kept her promise to never use the elements of harmony on me again, and that pony was Fluttershy. It was her friendship and faith in me that allowed me to see what I had been missing my whole life, a real friend. From that day forward, Fluttershy showed me what it means to love. Up until that moment, I never had a friend before, but because of Fluttershy's beautiful, loving, and kind heart, I finally know how great having a friend like her was, thus making me want to give up my evil ways and use my magic to help others. Fluttershy gets up and goes to Discord and gives him a big hug.
And now he uses his magic to do comedy. I never realized how funny Discord was until we became friends.
Chocolate milk rain from cotton candy clouds is pretty funny, even though it was being done out of an act of evil. I thought so too. Tails, Fluttershy, and Discord all share a laugh. It was now late afternoon in Ponyville, and at Twilight's castle, Princess Twilight Sparkle still had not gone to sleep from the night prior. She was now into her fourth book about the history of Equestria. Flash Sentry couldn't help but notice how frustrated she was becoming on not finding the answers she was looking for, that he decided to turn on some music instead. Oh, Flash, please turn off that music. I can't read this pointless history book with it on. Flash goes over to Twilight and takes the book away from her and throws it to the floor. I'm sorry, Twilight, but I can't sit here any longer and watch you agonize over countless hours of pointless history material. Spike stopped skimming through Twilight's next book because he noticed Flash took a book from Twilight and threw it across the room. Spike remembers that this is something that Twilight wants her stallion to do to ravish her. You know what, Twilight? Cream is going to be leaving Rarity's boutique in about an hour. I'm going to head over there so we can walk back to the castle together. I may even consider eating out tonight, too. Oh, Spike, we still have 3 more books to get through. Yeah, but you probably didn't notice that Flash took a book from your hooves and threw it across the room, and I'll leave on that note. Twilight realizing what Spike means. Why, yes, he did, didn't he, Spike? Like I said, dragon out. Spike leaves. Your Highness, I'm really sorry. I mean no disrespect throwing your book across the room. Well, now that you did, what were you planning to achieve by doing so? I mean, I've only spent the last 20 hours of my life trying to find answers to a 30,000-year-old mystery. Yesterday, while you and I were talking at Princess Celestia's castle, you promised me a dance if I ever came to Ponyville. I saw how frustrated you were getting reading that book that I decided now would be a good time to cash in on that promise. Twilight smiles brightly and gently shakes her head. Flash Sentry, are you asking me to dance with you? That depends if whether or not you're going to fire me. No, Flash. You're one of my best friends. I would never fire you. So, were you asking me to dance? Flash Sentry acting shy. Yeah? Twilight extends her hoof to Flash. Flash helps Twilight off her reading chair and holds her close as they begin dancing. Twilight with a tear in her eye as she lays her head on his shoulder. Thanks, Flash. This is exactly what I needed. I actually would have enjoyed the gala had you been my date. I would have waited. I've waited a long time to muster up the courage just to ask you for a dance. It's been well worth the wait. I wish you hadn't waited so long. It really feels nice being in your arms. So, what made you finally gain the courage? Years of attraction, friendship, and utter intrigue by everything that makes you who you are, Twilight. I've watched you grow from just a normal unicorn filly to becoming a powerful sorceress of Princess Celestia, to unbelievable heroism that led you to earn Pegasus wings and become an alicorn, making you an making you an official princess. I just stood there and couldn't help but be proud and awestruck of how great you've become. I never thought for a second my journey would wind up like this. My career goal was to become, like you said, the personal sorceress of Princess Celestia. When I became Celestia's pupil, I had no idea what she was really prepping me for. As you know, I always took my studies very seriously. Now you're just being modest. There wasn't a time I didn't see you walking down the streets of Camelot with a book floating 5 feet in front of your face. I can't tell you how many times I'd say hello to you and you'd still be eyes glued on that book as you clip clopped on your way. I always thought it was kind of cute, actually. I am so sorry if that ever hurt your feelings. That's the main reason why Princess Celestia forced me to move to Ponyville. It had gotten to the point that I was so meticulous about my study habits that I pretty much lost every friendship I ever had. So Princess Celestia ordered me to move to Ponyville for the next part of my apprenticeship. My orders from Princess Celestia was to make new friends in Ponyville and report back to her on what I learned on a daily basis from those friendships. I remember thinking that Princess Celestia lost her darn mind and I was wasting my time trying to make friends. But I couldn't have been more wrong. It still amazes me 7 years later that the group of friends I've made here in Ponyville would turn into the Harnessers of Harmony, and through those same friendships and trials we faced as a team would eventually lead me to earn a pair of wings, turning me into a royal alicorn. I never in my wildest dreams thought that my path would take me here. Flash stops dancing with Twilight. He puts a hoof under her chin. That's why I'm so blown away by you, Twilight. You're the first pony in Equestria's history to become part of the royalty without being married or born into it. The gods chose you to be an alicorn because of your hard work and dedication to your friends and to all of Equestria. You earned your crown through bravery, love, and loyalty to everything you hold dear to you. I couldn't be any more happy or honored to be standing here with you right now and to call you my friend. Flash, I think you and I both know we're not just friends anymore. Twilight leans her head in and starts to gently kiss Flash. Did that actually just happen? You waited a long time to dance with me, and I waited a long time to muster up the courage to kiss you. This has been such a mentally draining day reading all these history books. If it weren't for you this if it weren't for you, this day would have been a total waste. I like Spike's idea about going out to grab some food. Let me go grab a quick shower and I'll treat you to dinner at the Irish Pony. Sounds great to me. Twilight kisses Flash again. Twilight gives Flash a flirty little smirk as she turns away and walks upstairs to shower. I'll be back down in a few. Twilight heads upstairs to freshen up for her impromptu dinner date with Flash Sentry. Twilight could not be any more content that he was in this moment. Secretly, she's already in love with Flash Sentry and has been for many years, but never really had the chance to tell him how she really felt. Meanwhile, Spike had just arrived at Rarity's boutique to meet up with Cream. Rarity's boutique. Spike enters. Cream walks out of the war room.
Oh, this is a very nice surprise. I was just getting ready to head out.
Twilight needed some time to herself, so I decided to come down and meet you. I thought maybe we could go grab a bite to eat and walk around town for a little while. Cream gives Spike a kiss on the lips. Cheese flies out of the war room. Cheese hugs Spike.
Choo choo!
Nice to see you. Excuse me. Nice to see you too, Cheese.
What exactly did you have in mind for dinner, Spike?
I know you're a vegetarian, so I was thinking maybe our best bet is going to the Malaysian Inn. They have a ton of dishes that only serve vegetables, and they also have meat options for me. So, how did things go today without Rarity being here?
Oh, it went wonderfully. Come on back to the war room and I'll give you a sneak peek of Rarity's fall line. These are the hoodie sweaters I've been working on.
They enter the war room. You did great work, Cream.
Yeah, I never realized how good I was at sewing until I started working for Rarity. I'm hoping that one day Rarity will teach me more of the business aspect of fashion. I'm going to start locking up shop now, Spike.
So did Silver go with Rarity to Manhattan?
Yes, they'll be gone for the rest of the week. Rarity was really excited to be going. She's working on a wedding gown for the daughter of Sapphire Shores.
Yeah, Sapphire Shores is Rarity's top celebrity client. No wonder she was so excited about her trip to Manhattan. That and she has her boy toy Silver with her.
Please don't tell me you're jealous.
It's not that I'm jealous, Cream. It's just I'm still hurt over it all. I was always there for her no matter what. The fact that Silver replaced me so quickly is what makes it so hurtful. Cream, I don't want you to feel like I don't love you, because I do. I love you, Cream.
I love you too, Spike.
Spike and Cream kiss. Come on, let's close up the boutique so we can enjoy our evening together.
Choo choo! I couldn't agree more.
Spike and Cream close down and lock up Rarity's home and boutique for the evening. Spike and Cream holding hands as they begin walking towards Ponyville. The Irish Pony, Twilight Sparkle, and Flash Sentry have finished eating dinner. So what did you think of your Reuben? Honestly, it was delicious. I can't believe I'm eating at a bar and grill with the Princess of Friendship, eating sandwiches and drinking some hard cider. It's refreshing to know that becoming a part of equestrian royalty hasn't changed you. For the most part, no, it really hasn't. I do have more responsibilities to tend to now that I am a princess, but as far as my personality goes, being royalty hasn't changed me at all. I'm still the same mayor I was when I was in Magic College, or when we hang out as teenagers. What's been the biggest challenge for you since taking up the crown? Oh God, it has to be getting involved in politics. I always thought growing up I would be a great sorceress, and that's it. I had no idea my life would turn out the way it has. In actuality, I've been blessed to be able to serve Equestria in the manner in which I have over the years. Equestria is very blessed as the Princess of Friendship. Twilight, I always knew you were extraordinary. Even after a 20-year friendship with you, I'm constantly awestruck by you. Did you ever make it to Pony Island? No, still after all these years, never got the chance to go. At this point, I'd like to just ride one of the roller coasters, let alone every ride they have there. I can't believe your parents never took you to Pony Island. Do you remember when we used to joke about how we'd hop a train to Manhattan and go together? Well, maybe one day we will, Flash. If we do, you'll probably be the stallion I kiss at the top of the Ferris wheel. That's right, your bucket list. To share a kiss with the stallion of your dreams at the top of the Ferris wheel at Pony Island. Wait, are you saying I'm the stallion of your dreams? Why not? I mean, we already shared our first kiss tonight. In my opinion, it should have happened a long time ago. I know where this relationship is headed, and I'm not about to stop it. Good, because neither am I. Let's do it, Twilight. Let's go to Pony Island.
Seriously?
Yeah, we need to check off two of the items on that bucket list of yours. Ride every ride at Pony Island and the kiss at the top of the Ferris wheel. I just can't believe I'm the guy who gets to share this experience with you. Twilight smiles at Flash.
I can't believe it. Flash, there's no pony else I'd rather share this experience with other than you. My schedule is pretty clear next week, so anytime you want to go, I say let's go.
Fluttershy's cottage, 9 p.m. Tails is in Fluttershy's basement looking at an old rowboat.
What are you doing down here, Tails?
I'm sorry if I disturbed you and Amy. I finally found a project I can work on. Fluttershy notices the old rowboat.
My old rowboat. I haven't taken it out for so long. It's needed to be fixed for a long time.
I know, which is exactly why I'm so intrigued by it. I've been looking for something to fix ever since I arrived here. The truth is, fishing is one of my favorite recreational activities. Walking around Ponyville, I noticed there are two rivers that go through town. I figured if I can fix up this boat, I'd be able to go fishing in one of the rivers.
That would be wonderful, Tails, if you were able to repair it. There's a really beautiful lagoon just beyond the tree line in the backyard. I used to take the boat out to the middle of the lagoon in early summer evenings and watched all the lightning bugs work their beautiful magic over the water. Tails, it was so beautiful.
I can only imagine. Hopefully, I can get this boat fixed up for you so we can enjoy the lagoon again. Maybe we could go out together and I can enjoy the scenery with you. Fluttershy smiles.
Tails, you are really a sweetheart.
Tails gets shy and looks down at the floor. Aw, thanks.
You're one of a few guys who actually enjoys nature. Most stallions don't accept me for being into nature. They think I'm socially awkward because I have the ability to talk to and understand animals. I'm proud of who I am and my talent. I've gotten to the point where I no longer care what stallions think of me. I won't change for any pony.
You remind me so much of Cosmo. She was exactly like you in every way. Fluttershy, don't let what others think about you diminish your spirit. You're a remarkable pony, and I'm truly thankful you're a part of my life. You have the warmest, most kind heart I've ever seen. Please don't ever stop being you.
I'm glad I could be myself around you, Tails. I think you're pretty special, too.
Blushing.
I should probably head back upstairs and let you work.
Aw, do you have to? I was kind of hoping we could work on the rowboat together. All in all, this boat isn't in horrible shape. Only a couple of spots have rotted out pieces of wood. We should be able to repair it.
I guess I can help out a little, considering it is my rowboat. So what should we do first, Tails?
Well, first we need to check the entire boat, including the inside where we're going to sit, hopefully. Obviously, any piece of wood that's soft or has holes in it will have to be replaced. Tails touches a soft spot. Oh, see? Like this spot here. He takes hold of Fluttershy's hoof and presses it down on the spot on the spot. Fluttershy is blushing. It may look sturdy, but if you press down on it hard enough, it will break pretty easily. Tails pushes Fluttershy's hoof down on the spot harder. The piece of wood breaks in half.
Your hands are warm and very gentle. You were right about some of these pieces being rotted, even though they look sturdy.
I didn't hurt you, did I? Tails now realizing he's holding Fluttershy's hoof.
Not one bit. You can hold my hoof any time.
Tails rubs Fluttershy's hoof before letting it go. I guess it's kind of late. Maybe we should call it a night and work on the boat more in the morning. Besides, we don't have wood to replace the rotted pieces anyway. Tails gets up from his kneeling position and heads for the stairs.
I really didn't mind you holding my hoof, if that's what this is about. Actually, I think it felt very nice.
Tails smiles shyly. Yeah, it really did. It's not you, Fluttershy. I always get like this around a beautiful girl like you. I've I'm more of a shy fox than a sly fox. I should have been more mindful. I don't know why I just instinctively grabbed your hoof like that. I'm really sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You were only proving your point to me about the soft spots being rotted, too. I wasn't uncomfortable at all. In fact, with you, everything seems natural. Can I see your hand again?
This is a little sappy. Tails, puzzled. Sure, I guess. Tails holds his hand out. Fluttershy takes his hand and places it on her heart.
Can you feel that soft spot, Tails? That's a soft spot. That's a soft spot in my heart for you.
Tails sniffles.
That's sweet. I'm sorry, Fluttershy. I'm just not ready yet. I'm not over Cosmo.
Tails walks upstairs, sobbing. As Tails rushes upstairs, Fluttershy is in shock at how confident and assertive she was with her feelings towards Tails. However, she's afraid that maybe after all, Tails didn't find her. However, she's afraid that maybe after all, Tails did find her to be awkward. Fluttershy begins pondering to herself as she walks up the stairs if she was too assertive for Tails. Tails was in his room, staring out the window and looking towards the heavens for some sort of sign from Cosmo. Tails' intention was not to flirt with Fluttershy. He indeed held her hoof to show her the soft spots in the wood on the boat. Tails could not deny to himself that he was starting to develop feelings for Fluttershy. However, he still did not feel comfortable moving on from Cosmo just yet. The streets of Manhattan, Rarity and Silver walking to their hotel.
Silver, I want to thank you for coming along on this trip with me. I know it may not be your cup of tea sitting around a boutique all day, but I want you to know I greatly appreciate you keeping me company, darling.
I just love being around you. It doesn't matter to me what we're doing. It's the time I have with you that's valuable to me. I feel bad that you've been the one taking care of me. Thank you for a wonderful dinner.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Silver. The East Coast is well known for its divine seafood selection. I'm so excited that we were able to get tickets for Gone with the Wind tomorrow night. I think you're going to love this story, darling. I knew being with you was going to be exhilarating. I just never pictured it being this grand. I know we've only been together a short time, but I've never been this happy before.
Rarity stops walking and surprises Silver with a tender kiss. When I arrived here, I must admit I was angry at Shadow and Sonic for not being able to defeat the Metarex, thus trapping me in this dimension forever. I had a life back on Mobius in my time dimension, a life I can never return to now, and at the time it angered me because I was forced to make Equestria my new home. Over the past week, you've given me a reason to be optimistic about my permanent stay here. I'm glad I'm here, and more importantly, it's because I'm with you that makes being trapped here worth it.
I'm sorry, darling, you can't go back home, but I am glad you think I'm worth the sacrifice. I promise you, Silver, I will.
This is really getting old.
I will never make you regret not being able to return home. I'm hoping over time you'll view a life with me the only home you'll ever need.
I already do, darling. You were right about this city being romantic. It has a much different feel at night when all the hustle and bustle of the day begins to cease.
Follow me, Silver. There's something I really want to show you.
Silver follows Rarity across the street. They walk down a rather large staircase that leads to a beach next to the ocean. Silver listening to the waves crashing along the beach. Silver sits in the sand. Please have a seat, Rarity. Rarity sits next to Silver and snuggles up with him.
The view of Manhattan from here is simply breathtaking. Oh, and look across the bay. It's the Statue of Harmony.
Statue of Liberty in pony form. Silver running his fingers through Rarity's mane. Fortunately for me, I have a pony who's far more breathtaking than any sight my eyes will ever see. Rarity and Silver share an intimate kiss on the beach. It's the middle of the night at Princess Twilight Sparkle's castle. Everyone in Twilight's castle was fast asleep except for Flash Sentry. Flash had awakened briefly to get a drink of water when he noticed that the lights were still on down in Twilight's den. Flash decides to go down to check on Twilight and finds her fast asleep on the couch, with an open book draped over her chest. The fireplace was still cranking out fresh heat, suggesting to Flash that Twilight had just fallen asleep a short time prior. Flash, as he reaches the couch, shakes his head at Twilight. You never knew when to call it quits. Flash takes the book off of Twilight's chest and sets it on the table in front of the couch. Flash very gently wiggles his arm underneath Twilight and lifts her off the couch and into his arms. Twilight begins to stir a bit as she feels Flash's body heat. She snuggles in, wrapping her arms around him and letting out a gentle sigh and a smile. Flash has made it all the way up the grand staircase, carrying Princess Twilight Sparkle in his arms. The doors to Twilight's chamber are open. Flash enters the room with Twilight still in a blissful slumber in his arms. He very gently lays her into her bed and covers her up with her comforter. Flash stares in amazement at Twilight's beauty. Twilight Sparkle still sleeping. Flash whispering, "You are so beautiful, Twilight. There's something I've been wanting to say to you for many years, and I only have the courage to say it to you while you're asleep. I love you. I love you, Twilight Sparkle." Flash gently kisses Twilight's forehead. He smiles at her and very quietly leaves the room, closing the door behind him.